Hey guys, it's Nadia again. We are still waiting for my colleague Zephyr to rejoin and then fix the technical issue so she can share more information about studying in China for all of you. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can just write your questions on the Q&A bar, not on the chat bar, on the Q&A bar. And you can basically write your questions there. You can ask about anything you'd like to know about studying in China, or about documents, for example, or maybe about, I don't know, anything at all, like about programs, about admissions, about borders open or not. So about anything related to studying in China, you can ask your questions on a Q&A bar. So then my colleague Zafar and we will be covering all of your questions during this live Q&A. And also there should be time where we will cover all of the questions here, and we can also invite some of you to also ask your questions directly to us, so we can then answer it together, and you can get all the information you need about studying in Chinese universities. Right, so all right, so my colleague is back. So hopefully the connection is much better today, and thank you all for your patience. And we hope this event is fruitful for you and you get all the information you need about studying at Chinese universities.
Hi everyone, am I back? Yeah, sorry about the internet crash.
Yes,
I'm Zephyr. Yeah, thanks Nadia for helping out. I don't know what's going on with the internet. I'm sorry about wasting everyone's time. So here, let's start the event. Hi everyone, I'm Zephyr from China Admissions. Thank you for joining us today to our first round of online Q&A event. For today's event, we will give out answers to some frequently asked questions we receive from every day, and we will also invite some of our lucky students to join us and ask your question live. This is also the start of our China Admission community activities. We'll also have different themes of the event each time. There will also be guest speakers from different walks of life and give you introductions of what it's like to study in China. First, for startups, we made our event an online Q&A session, and will be divided into 3. There are questions for preparing, application, and admission stages. We will firstly give out some prepared questions we have, and then we will ask some participants today to ask questions live, and we will give them answers right away. If you have a question during the live question time, you can raise your hand, and maybe we can choose some lucky ones to hear out what you were thinking. Yeah, so here we go. Firstly, for the preparing stage, we have our special speaker Nadia to give you some introductions about the preparation stage, and you can ask questions to them. Okay, I'll hand over from here to Nadia.
All right, yes, thank you, Zephyr. So yeah, I am going to share my screen. Okay. Right, so I hope everybody can see my PPT, and I hope it's working all right. Yes, so for those of you who haven't know me yet, let me introduce myself. I am Nadia Wijaya. I'm from Indonesia, and then I'm a student recruitment manager at China Admissions now, and we are based in Beijing. And also, because I'm from Indonesia, I was also a student myself a few years back in Chinese University, precisely at the University of International Business and Economics in Beijing. I was studying my master's in world economics at 2017 to 2019. So that's quite a long time ago, before the pandemic. I managed to study my master's degree and get my master's degree from UIPE in Beijing. So in a way, I know how it was being a foreign student in China. I know how is it like being a foreigner in China, not speaking Chinese. I thought I can speak Chinese at that time, but when I first came to China, everything is not exactly like what I expected. Apparently, I'm categorized as not speaking Chinese, and then I experienced the language barrier and also the cultural differences between Indonesia and China. So I know how was it being an international student in China, and now I'm ready to help you guys to follow your dream, and also to be able to study at the Chinese universities and get your dream uh, degree with the Chinese universities. And so let's begin the presentation. Right, so first of all, before that, I would like to introduce the company first. So I'm working for China Admissions, which is an award-winning platform for international students to apply to Chinese universities. And we partner with over 200 of top Chinese universities, and we have over 150,000 registered students on our platform. And in the recent years, we have won several awards. And also, our team is a multicultural team coming from different countries and backgrounds. So, for example, I myself, I'm from Indonesia, and then we have colleagues from China, from Philippines, from other countries as well. And also our founder is from UK. So we are quite a multicultural team, and every one of us, especially the foreigners who work in our company, have also the experience of studying and living in China. So we know how is it like being a foreigner in China, being a foreign student in China. And so we are ready to help you start your journey at the Chinese universities. Yeah, and these are some of the universities that we are partnering with. For example, Zhejiang University of Science and Technology, Beijing Institute of Technology, Shandong University, as China Normal University, ABS, and then Zhejiang University of Technology, Beijing Foreign Studies University, BLCC, BLCU, and few other universities. And so, right, so we are here to basically talk about application preparation. So in the beginning, you should be knowing like the reason why you want to study in China. So there are numerous of things that should trigger why you should be studying in China. That should be the reason why you want to study in China, because we also notice that more and more international students want to come to China. So even if the program is still pretty much online right now, but we can see the excitement from all the international students to be studying at the Chinese universities and to start their journey, to start their education with the Chinese universities. So one of it is basically the ability to learn Chinese all together with, let's say, getting your degree programs, getting your degree from the Chinese universities. And other than that, you have the chance to study in the high-ranking and reputable universities, because more and more Chinese universities are recognized worldwide now, and then they have a strong presence, not only in China, but also globally. And also you can learn from China's fast development. It's not just from the infrastructure, on how fast China is building things. They are literally building everything very fast everywhere, not just focusing in big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen, but they're also like focusing in all of the cities in China. They are building everything very fast. And we can also learn from the development in terms of the technological side. So I would say living in China is very, very convenient, because then I learned a lot, especially from the technology side. And in terms of like, you just need to bring your phone wherever you go, because your phone is technically your savior. It's making your life very, very comfortable and convenient. So yeah, I mean, you can really learn from that by studying in China. And other than that, studying in China is an opportunity to study abroad, but with a relatively affordable cost, especially if you compare studying in China with studying in other countries, like let's say Singapore, or maybe Australia, UK, other countries in Europe, or even in US. Studying in China is going to be way cheaper than studying in those countries. Right. So other than that, basically studying in China is an adventure of a lifetime. There are endless travel opportunities you can discover and eat delicious Chinese cuisines, especially if you love food like I do. And then you can have the chance to meet friends from all over the world. And also you will be able to develop a global mindset, which is basically a skill set that you will need nowadays, because our world is connected with each other now. Right. So, yeah, about the admissions for two Chinese universities for 2022 intake, admissions is now already open for March and September 2022 intake. So if you are looking for Chinese language program, then you can aim for either March or September intake. But if you're looking for degree programs, it is mainly in September. And there are only a couple of universities that will open bachelor's program or PhD in March 2022, and the rest of it would be in September. Or if you're looking for scholarships, like Chinese government scholarships, for example, then the opportunity will come again in September 2022 intake. And so the application deadline is usually around the end of March 2022. So basically, you have to keep remembering all of the university deadlines, because Chinese universities, they are very strict with the application deadlines. And so you shouldn't miss the deadlines, because if you, let's say, apply after the application deadlines, then your application will not be accepted. So, while right now is still what? Right now is still October, right? So there is still plenty of time for you to start your application, to prepare for your documents. So I wish you guys really use your time well so that you can apply to the universities on time. Right. So in terms of the programs and also universities, well, there are over 2,000 of programs in China in English. So it's suitable for international students who don't have enough Chinese language skills to study the Chinese taught programs, because Chinese universities these days, they are also offering the English taught programs. So for the English taught programs, there are options if you want to study in bachelor's, master's, or PhD, or you can also study Chinese language program, because for Chinese language program, you can start from the beginner level, so from level 0. So it's suitable for anybody, even if you don't have, even if you never studied Chinese before, this course will be suitable for you. Right. And then the next one is basically about how to choose the program. So I know that, 2,000 programs available at Chinese universities, it would be confusing for all of you, right? It's just way too many programs. It's gonna be so hard for you to choose. So here is my tips about choosing the program. So first of all, you can choose which major you want to pursue, because often students still not sure which path or maybe which major you want to choose, especially if you're about to graduate from high school. Maybe you don't have the goal set yet. But yeah, like you should think about it. You should really think about what you want to be in the future. Like, what's your future career goal like? Or like, which subject do you like to study the most? Or what do you want to study further? So for example, if you hate mathematics, like I hate mathematics, then definitely I will not pursue bachelor's in mathematics. Then I would pursue something else that I like. So if you like studying about business, for example, then you can consider applying for bachelor's in business program, or maybe master's in business program. So yeah, it depends on your interest. It depends on your goals as well. And then secondly, it's also about the budget. So it's mainly these two questions. So who will fund your studies in China, and also how much is your budget? Because Chinese universities, well, although they are affordable, but in terms of the tuition fee, it's quite various. So one university compared to other universities, they can offer programs with different tuition fees. So it's important for you if you know your budget, because then it will help you to choose which universities you can apply for, or which ones would be maybe too expensive for you, so you can really apply there, right? And then the third one would be about the location. So some students have a preferred location in terms of where they want to study in China. So for example, like because I come from Indonesia, right? That's why I love the weather here. I mean, it's not cold, it's kind of hot and all, kind of humid and all. So for somebody like me, I wouldn't consider studying in Harbin, for example, because it's simply too cold, and I simply wouldn't survive there. So yeah. So I mean, certain people, they have certain preference in terms of location. Maybe if some of your family members are in China, then you want to be close to them, so that would be a preferred location. Or maybe you want to study in like smaller cities, because you don't prefer big and busy cities like Beijing or Shanghai, then you maybe want to go somewhere else. So yeah, these three things, like about the major, budget, and location, can be a great determinant, and can be a great tools to help you choose the programs that you want to apply for, or a program that you can apply for in China. Right. So if you are confused, you can use our little quiz. You can do our little quiz on quiz.china-admissions.com. Right. And so to search for the programs, you can simply go to our platform, China Admissions. There is the link. It's apply.china-admissions.com/search, and it will lead you to this page over here where you can search for the program. So you can either type the keyword of the program, or you can also select the topics that you like. For example, you want to apply for bachelor's program, you can click the bachelor's program, or maybe you can also choose it based on the subject that you're interested in, like MBBS or maybe law or maybe engineering. So yeah, and these are some of the programs, some of the popular programs that you can apply in China. So in China, you can study business programs, you can study computer science programs, you can study MBBS programs, you can also study online Chinese language program, and other than that, you can also study engineering programs and also politics, international relations, and there are numerous of other programs that you can study at the Chinese universities, whether it's taught in English or taught in Chinese. Right. So in terms of the entry requirement, I think this is quite important, especially for those of you who are about to start your application. So in terms of the age requirement, usually the minimum age would be 18 years old. So if you're under 18 by the time the program starts, then you need to have a guardian in China. And the guardian needs to be either a Chinese citizen or a foreigner in China with a valid working permit. So this is the universal policy from Chinese universities. So you have to follow these rules, or other than that, if you don't have a guardian in China, then you can wait until you turn 18 and then apply to the Chinese universities, because that's the minimum age of the application. And then for the maximum age, it depends on which program you're applying for. So you can check it here. So if you're still within the age limit, then it's safe, then you are still eligible to apply. And then for the minimum education background, for bachelor's or non-degree program, it's minimum high school. And then for a master's program, the minimum is having a bachelor's degree. Or for a PhD, the minimum is having a master's degree. And for the English certificate, it is only needed for if you're applying for the English taught programs. And that's usually the general requirement for the English program. And also for the HSK certificate, it is only needed if you're applying for the Chinese taught program. So if you're applying for the English taught program, then HSK is not required. However, if you have HSK, that's fine as well. You can then submit it as a supporting documents, which is going to be a plus point for your application. Right. So what is exactly the application process to Chinese universities? First of all, is definitely to choose the program and then to start your online application, complete the online application, and then upload the documents and then pay the application fee, and then you can submit your application. And so the first step is to choose which program you want to apply for, and you can simply search for it on our platform, China Admissions, here. Right, that's the link. You can just screenshot the page if you might forget the link to the website. So you can search it there and then find the programs that you want to apply for. For example, if you want to apply for bachelor's in business program, then you can type business and then the result will show there, and then you can then filter the result and it will show you the list of English taught bachelor's in business programs that you can apply for. And then I'm going to give you an example on how easy it is applying on our website, China Admissions. And for example, if you want to apply for this program, Bachelor's in Business Administration at ASEAN Jiao Tong Liverpool University, then you can just simply click the Apply Now button to start your online application. And then first step is to create an account on our platform. After that, you can simply fill in the online application and then upload the required documents that is needed for the application. So on each of the application page, there will be a list of required documents you need, but mainly you will need all of these documents for your application. So you can also screenshot this page if you might forget, because this information is quite important. Because the thing with Chinese universities is that you have to complete all of the required documents before the university application deadline. Otherwise, your application cannot be processed. So while you still have a lot of time to prepare for your documents, I think you should be preparing for all of these documents for your university application. And then other than that, universities nowadays, they usually need students to also submit non-criminal record and also foreigner physical examination form. And in some cases, you would be asked to submit a CV or a copy of your parent's passport. Right. So the next step after completing the documents would be to pay for the application fee. So then it will show here how much of the application fee you need to pay. So what exactly is application fee? So often students ask me this question, or like, is there like an application fee waiver, or like, why should I be paying the application fee? So yeah, application fee is basically required by the university to process your application, prepare and send the admissions notice and visa form to your home address when it's time. And also it is non-refundable. So basically it is needed by the university to process your application, and it has to be paid during the application process. Otherwise, your application cannot be processed because then it will be regarded as incomplete. Right. And so to pay the application fee, we have several payment methods that you can use. For example, Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal, WeChat, Alipay, or you can even use bank transfer to our bank account. So the application fee itself, it is usually about $40 to like $150. So it depends on how much the university charges, because different university, they have different application fee charges. Right, so, okay, so the next one is about what to do after your application has been submitted to the China admissions team. So if your application has been submitted to the China admissions team, then we are going to review your application. And then after everything is complete and or already okay, then we are going to submit your application to the university. And so you can wait for the university decision whether they are giving you the admissions or not. But usually, universities will invite you for an online interview, and after that, they will announce the result of your admissions, right? And then if you're accepted, you can pay the deposit fee to the university, and then the university will send a visa form and then apply for the visa. So you can apply for the visa and then fly to China. But these three last steps is under the normal situation when the border is open, right? Because right now we are still having COVID-19 happening globally everywhere. So and also the Chinese government is still closing the border for international students until today. Therefore, for now, for 2021 intake at least, the classes are still held online. And so this kind of arrangement will continue until the border is open. So about the COVID-19 update and admissions in 2022. So as of now, like I mentioned just now, the border is still closed for international students to enter China due to COVID-19, and we don't know when will the border be open because it depends on the Chinese government decision and regulation. And so for the program starting in March or September 2022, whether it's going to be online or on campus, it depends on a future arrangement because now it's not yet decided. It depends on the border situation. So in a way, if the border is closed by then, by 2022 March or September, then your classes will be online again. But then if it's already open, then the university will process the visa form, so you can apply for the visa at the Chinese embassy and then fly to China and continue your study on campus. But about that, we still need to wait until we get official information from the Chinese government about the border reopening. Right. So another tips and trick for you is basically for those of you who hate gap year. So I know that some of you have graduated or about to graduate at the end of the year, but Chinese universities, they mainly only offer degree programs in September. So then you will waste, let's say, 6 months, 9 months doing nothing at home. So one tips for me would be to apply for a Chinese language program. So you can apply for Chinese language program starting in March intake. It's useful anyway to learn Chinese. Trust me, it's gonna be helpful and it's gonna be valuable, and it's gonna help you a lot, especially during your first time coming to China. Especially again, if it's your first time coming to China, so you are very foreign to a lot of things in China. And trust me, having the Chinese language skill is very valuable and it's going to help you a lot. That's why I recommended this arrangement. So you can study Chinese language program first for 1 semester, and then after that, you can continue to study your degree programs in September intake. Right. So another tips is the guidelines to a successful application. So make sure that you meet the eligibility criteria and you have excellent academic performance, and then you submit all of the documents and also pay the application fee before the deadlines. Make sure you have to complete everything before the application deadlines. Otherwise, it cannot be processed. And you can also apply to multiple universities to increase your chances. And especially for PhD applicants, you should get the supervisor acceptance letter to be able to secure your admissions, because this supervisor acceptance letter is going to be very valuable for your admissions for the PhD program. Right. So another one is about why using China admissions. So yeah, I've been talking a lot about why you should be applying to China, on how you can use our platform to apply to Chinese universities. But it's important as well to know why you should be using China admissions to help you with the applications to Chinese universities. So first of all, it's because our basic service is free of charge. So we don't charge any service fee. And because we are funded by the universities, we have cooperation with them, and so you only need to pay the application fee as required by the university. And secondly is because China Admission is a one platform for all, which means you can apply to multiple programs in just one click on China Admissions platform. So there's no need for you to go to, let's say, 3, 4, 5 different websites to apply for 3, 4, 5 different programs, because you can do everything all at once on China Admissions. So it's gonna make your life more simple, and it's gonna save a lot of your time. And other than that, our team is responsive, and you can reach us on email and also schedule a call with us if you need further help as well. Right. And in terms of the services, like I mentioned, we have the basic free service, which is for self-finance application. And so for that, the service fee is free. And the only thing you need to pay would be the university application fee as required by the university. And for that, we will help to process your application. We will review and help to process your application and basically manage your application from end to end until you get the final admissions information from the university. And secondly, we also have the fast track application or the priority service. For this, there is an additional $100 on top of the application fee. Because then for this priority service, we are going to prioritize your application submission, which means we are going to review it and we're going to process it faster than other students. And so we can submit your application usually within 2 to 3 days, usually within 2 to 3 working days to the universities. Right. And the other ones that we have is called the guaranteed application service. And again, this is also only for self-finance students because we can't guarantee scholarships. And for the guaranteed application service, you will have a personal advisor who will help you from end to end with your application. And then your advisor will help you choose up to 3 universities that suits your profile. So we need to check your eligibility first. We need to check your transcripts. We need to check your documents. And so we will be able to help you choose a more personalized program that is suits your profile. And also the $790 service fee is already includes the application fees of 3 different universities. And it also includes fast track application and communication, and also communication support by email, chat, and call. So we are going to update you more regularly with the progress of your application, and we can also give you free review of your documents, including helping you with giving you the feedback for your personal statement, for example. Right. So if you need more information about these services, then you can check on our website. It's vip.china-admissions.com. Right. And the last one we have is called the International English Test, and it's at iet.china-admissions.com. So our International English Test is recognized by many Chinese universities, and you can use the certificate to apply to the Chinese universities. And it's going to be held online, which is going to be about English speaking, writing, listening, and reading skills. And it's affordable. It's cheaper than the usual English test out there. It's only $139, and you can use the certificate for your application to the Chinese universities. Right, so that's it from me. I think we can go back to my colleague Zephyr for more information, but this is our social medias and also our contact information. So if you need any questions, if you need any help later on, you can simply send us an email or also follow us on social medias as well. And yeah, my colleague Zephyr has more information to share, or I think we can also cover some questions from here. So let me check with my colleague.
Hi, Nadia. Thank you for the super valuable information shared. And I already see a lot of questions coming up from the Q&A session. Yes, I've been answering few and I found something valuable so we can answer online. Yes, I see the first student, Ahmed. Did I pronounce name right? I'm not sure. So he would like to pursue a master degree in China by getting a Chinese government scholarship. But in the application process for some universities, we have to submit a certificate from a financial guarantor. How can I inform the university that I can pursue a master degree only if I get a scholarship? Actually, for scholarship application, Nadia, Nadia is more professional at this. Can you help answer this question?
Yeah, so usually if it's for a Chinese government scholarship application, then a certificate from the bank statement is not a part of the documents required. So usually you don't need to submit that because technically it's a fully funded scholarship. That's why you don't need to submit the bank statement. So usually the bank statement is only needed if you're applying on self-finance basis or if you're applying for other type of scholarships, let's say the university scholarship, then you still need to submit the bank statement, but not for CSC.
Yes, thank you, Nadia. I found another one. I'll just click on select here. Is it necessary to have the acceptance letter for MBBS on the graduate application? It depends on where you come from. And we've talked to some, we already have few MBBS program open this year, and you can just click on our website and register, and you will see the required document and you can just submit it there. And if there's more requirement from the specific university, we will let you know. But most of the time, there won't be an acceptance letter needed. Okay, so that's be most of the question for the application process, and I'll share my screen to process on. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Zephyr. I'm the admission manager in China Admissions. After your application is handed in to our platform, and I will mostly do the handle works from later on. So mainly it's like communicating with you guys and also communicating with university to see what is needed. So I find a lot of students asking this kind of question: when will university give out an answer, or why there's no update from the university yet? And yeah, for this kind of question, this is mostly depends on universities, because even though the application portal is open in October or late November, we can submit your document application to the university portal, but it actually takes super long time for them to review all the files from every applicant, and it actually depends on the university office work. Meanwhile, international student might feel it's hard to get in touch with the university, because in China we use WeChat, and to use WeChat as a platform to do most of the communication works. And since it's they also have this in email, you can communicate with them, but it takes longer time to review and reply. And in China, we actually don't use use email as a communication way that often. So, so this makes an advantage if you want to apply with us, because we actually have a lot of cooperation with different universities. We have the teachers' personal contact, and we have their we can join the teachers with WeChat as a communication, so we can get faster response from the teachers. But still, it takes some time for them to reply. So some student might want to know, if you don't want to apply with us and it's feeling safer to like handling all the documents on yourself. So we also often this simple track service for you to get a faster answer from the unis. So when you do the online application forms from the university portal, you might be familiar with this sites, right? So for the students, you want to do the application yourself and fill in the blanks, but you still want to get a faster answer from uni. In the portal, there is a recommender site. You can just simply fill in our company's name and organization name like this, and then send us your screenshot of this form, and alongside with your information like university you're applying to and especially your application number, we will keep you as our friend student, and you can just send email to us and we will help you to get a faster response from universities. Yes, so that's my introduction to the preparations. After preparation stage, after you send your application to us, and what should you do? So let's see some questions. Yes, this is a very good question. This is from student named Andwa. I heard you can ask professor of universities you're interested before you're applying to know if they will accept you. Actually, this depends on the majors, on the degree you're applying to. Usually, if students are applying to undergraduate programs, you don't need to ask for the permission of the university teacher. But if most of the time, if you're applying to master degree or postgraduate degree, PhD degree, yes, other than the normal application process, like the documents and the interview, you should also get in touch with the university supervisors to get their approval alongside with passing the interview to get the official admissions. Yes, I think this will give an answer to most of the questions people have is if you need to get a supervisor. And to get a supervisor, this is a process that we can't do on behalf of you because yes, you should contact themselves, but we can help you to get the information and contacts to the supervisor list from university. So if you have other questions, feel free to give us an email. Yes, so this will be the questions with supervisors. Here is another question from an anonymous attendee about internships. Actually, if you get a student visa in China, you can't really do like works alongside with it because that's the regulations in China. But we do have some other resources for future careers that you can check out on our platform. There is gonna be another sharing events with China internship organizations. I think later this November, you can check out. You can see the details on our website, online classes. There will be more events coming up, and yes, you can check out the time and the details here. Okay, so for internships, it depends. You should absolutely check out that online ahead of time and do the application and preparation before. Yes, so yeah, that's is also a question with internship. Yes, this is a question about this is a question about applying to certain universities. For example, yeah, it's here. What exams do I need to take to apply to Tsinghua University? Or it's the same with all the other universities? For this intake, we receive a lot of questions regarding, yes, like top universities. And we have yes, for those universities, they have different requirements. For example, for Beijing Institution of Technology, in this intake, it's have some change in the regulations. Other side passing the document review and interview, you should also prepare for like an entrance exams, just especially for BIT. Yes, but for other university, it might be or might be not. You can check out on our website and or email to us directly. Yes, so that's the question with application stage. Does anyone have more question? You can raise up your hand. You can speak with us. Can I see people raising up their hand? Oh, hi. Sorry, I'm not really. Nadia, can you help? I'm not really familiar with the operation on this. Like, can we have student like open their
yes, I'm
microphone?
allowing some of the students who raise their hands.
I see it. I see you already like invite them students to speak. Hi, we can't hear you. Are you speaking?
Yes, shall I ask some question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I am Andreas from Ethiopia, and I have masters in plant pathology. Now I have an interest to apply for PhD program in plant pathology, but while I am just searching the program, I did not come encounter with this program, PhD in plant pathology. Is there any university giving this program?
For this question, actually, I believe there will be one open, but so far we are still updating our platform. So you can.
Yeah, Andreas, actually, if you check it on our platform, I'll type the link again on the chat bar so you can check it here. Actually, if you check it on our platform, you will find there are a couple of universities that offer bachelors in plant pathology in English. For example, there is Zhejiang University, there is Southwest University, there is Sichuan Agricultural University, China Agricultural University. So there are some examples of the universities that are offering this program. So you can check it on our platform. The link is on the chat, apply.china-admissions.com/search. And then you can type the keyword plant pathology and then click the filter PhD, and then you'll find the results there.
Okay.
Yes, and something to add up for PhD programs in China, there's actually like less offered in English because the professors like in China, like there's like usually more programs open in Chinese. So we really recommend you to have your Chinese ready and like your Chinese certificates, like language certificates ready before you make the application. Yes, I hope we answered your question. Yes. Shall we move on? Nadia, can you just like help to like open the microphone for them? Because yeah, there's a few students raising their hand.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, I can hear you.
Hi, this is Sankeet. I'm from India.
Hi.
I'm looking. Yes. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
I'm looking to pursue my master's in China. I have completed my telecommunication degree in India, and I'm looking to apply it. So my question is that how can your portal can help me by identifying the universities and getting the CSC scholarship, or is it that I have to do the process completely and you can just guide me? Your portal will gonna guide me.
Yes, Nadia.
Or you will
Can
gonna
you help?
guide me fully like that? Was my question. As
Yeah,
I'm
this
also
is
having my friends with me, so their question is also similar. That do we have to do the full process, or your portal will gonna guide us to doing the full process like application and how the scholarship and the application works and how the visa works? So we are like quite confused.
Yeah, thanks,
uh
Ankit, for the question. So yeah, so first of all, it kind of depends on which type of application you are referring here. So you mentioned you want to apply for scholarships. So if it's for the Chinese government scholarships, for example, then you have to also apply on the Chinese government scholarships website, because that's how the scholarship application works. So you have to apply on the Chinese government scholarship website, and you have to choose either to send your application to the Chinese embassy or to send your application to the university. So for example, I'm just going to give you a little demo on how our platform looks. So this is how our platform looks. And then if I'm not mistaken, you studied electrical engineering. So for
Yes.
example, yeah, for example, then you can check it on our platform here, and it will show you the result of all masters in electrical engineering program. And if let's say you're interested to apply to Shandong University, you can simply click apply now here, and then to check the program details of this university. Then you can also check the accommodation, you can check the tuition fees, you can check the entry requirements for this program, including what are the documents you need for this university application. And then if you want to apply, you can simply click apply now here to create an account, and then you can start the application from there and finish it on our platform. And then we are going to process your application. That's pretty much how it works. Yeah.
Great, great. Thanks.
Thanks, Nadia. Yeah, is there anyone coming up?
Hello.
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 Hi. My name is Carrie,
Hi, Carrie.
and I'm from Brunei. So my question is like, I'm Chinese, so I was born and raised in Brunei, but I speak Chinese, but I don't have HSK. So do I need HSK?
I think this the Nadia.
Right, Carrie. So, sorry, is your nationality Chinese, or are you having a Brunei passport? Or
I'm
having a
having
Chinese?
Bruneian
Right.
passport.
Yeah.
You have a Bruneian passport, right? So
Yes.
if that's the case, even if you you are a Chinese descendant, and even if you can speak good Chinese, then you still need to take HSK certificate for the application for the Chinese talk program. Usually, in exception, if you studied in Chinese schools. So, for example, you know, like if the entire school education is taught in Chinese, that's what a Chinese school is. And then for that, you can ask like a letter from the school as a proof that your entire school education system is in Chinese. Then you might be exempted from taking HSK. Otherwise, you still need to.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
I also
welcome.
have one more question. Are we able to talk with, like, for example, a representative from the university to know more about the university itself and the program itself? Because what I'm aiming for that I saw on the website is still very vague. I don't really know much. I want to know more information about that specific program / university.
Right. I think we should be able to link you with the university, or we also will have like an online open day on November 18th. So that's like about a month, 3 weeks from now. So the online open day, it's where we invite usually about 8 to 9 Chinese universities to give presentation about their programs and admissions information. So you can then get in touch with the university, and if you have any more questions about their programs, that's where you can get all the infos from them.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's one coming up in November 18th, and there is another one coming up in December 18th. So if anyone wants to contact university and link university like face to face, where they know their information firsthand, feel free to join. Okay, thanks for Carrie.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Nadia. Anyone else coming up? Hi.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
My name is Hassan, and I'm from Sultanate of Oman. So
Oh, I remember you. You were like one of our students, right?
no, I wasn't one of the students. I'm one of the people that applied.
Oh,
I just applied.
yeah.
Yeah, I just applied like 2 months. Yeah, 1 month back. So I applied for
I
the Chinese
received your
language.
email, so I remember you. Okay.
Okay,
What's your
thank you.
question?
So I just wanted to ask, how long does it take the progress?
So the average progress for each application usually takes about 8 months. And it depends on which university you are applying to. Some university are, for example, taking the rolling admissions.
I
like
applied
earlier
for
in.
I applied for Tsinghua University and Fudan University.
For those two universities, the application portal is not yet open. We are checking on them like literally every day, and the portal is open like in about, I think, next month, because different intake might have different time to like open. But we are checking for the student who are already applying through our website, and we are already collecting your documents ahead of time to check out if they are qualified, or is there anything to add up, or if it's like the right one, the format or not. So once the application portal to the university is open, we will hand it in as soon as possible. So especially for the rolling intake, this will give you like a very absolute privilege, because you're having the right documents ready first, and you will have the admission faster. And for Tsinghua University, Fudan University, the result is usually giving out in spring or early summer. So yeah, no worries. You can always keep in contact with us for the email. Thanks for asking.
All right, thank you.
No worries. Yeah, thanks, Hassan. Is there anyone else coming up?
Hello.
Hello. Who's
hello. Yeah. Speaking from Singapore. So I would like to ask, because one of the requirements for the application is having O levels and high school, but over here we had this option to take like a diploma course. So is it okay to use this to apply for the undergraduate program, or because I did not went to like junior college, so I don't have like A levels.
So you have O levels instead of A levels, right?
Yeah, I have the O levels, but after O levels, I went to like a polytechnic. So I only have like a diploma instead of a A level result.
Oh, I see. So for this question, we can check if the university can take that. Depends on which one you are applying to, but usually for those transcript or like the degree like paper, it needs like they needed to check out what's your previous academic performances and what did you study before, especially for a master degree. Yes. So
one thing to add, Zephyr, we had a case before, a Singaporean student applying for the English Start MBBS to Zhejiang University, and she was also graduated from a polytechnic, and at that time she can use her polytechnic transcripts and diploma to apply for the bachelor's program. So I think it shouldn't be a problem, but if let's say you're applying for, let's say, Tsinghua University, Fudan, Peking universities, especially their Chinese top programs, then you might still need to take their entrance examination.
Yeah, that's true.
Just another question. So is there like a rough requirement in terms of the GPA required for a diploma?
Usually it depends on which level university you're applying to. If you're applying to, like, for example, top tier universities, then it might require like C or above C, or like the higher the better, of course. But usually you shouldn't have a fail on the like the exam paper, the transcript you have. And if you have a fail, usually you will just get a refuse like immediately. Yeah, that's what's up so far. And yeah, we can help you if you have like more question earlier, you can just send it to our emails. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
No worries. Yeah, is anyone else coming up?
Hello.
Hello, who's speaking?
My name is Emmanuel Nyala.
Hi,
I
Emmanuel.
want to know the postgraduate, like how is the postgraduate surgical training in orthopedics like? Will it be taught in Chinese or the English programs which are there?
Which program are you applying to? Please, could you please repeat it?
I want to apply to masters in orthopedics.
Master in physics. So there is English taught, auto physics. Your connection is a little bit
No, I mean
unstable.
orthopedic surgery. I mean orthopedic surgery.
So you can check the screen Nadia's sharing. Yeah, for the programs is open. Usually there's English program and Chinese program opened, and you can check which one you want to apply to.
Okay.
So if you are applying
like what
to,
I wanted to know, what I wanted to know is that is it like are the teachers, will they be able to communicate like in English efficiently, because such a course requires a lot of patient-teacher interaction?
For
yes, there.
sorry, yeah, for master's in
Okay.
surgery program, if it's taught in English, then the entire classes will be taught in English. But usually, universities prefer students with Chinese skills for master's in surgery program. So then, most of the universities will ask for your HSK certificate, like a minimum of HSK 4 certificate if you're applying for master's in surgery or master's in medicine program, even if the program is in English. But it's kind of like their preference for students to have a little bit of Chinese language skills.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Is there anyone else coming up? Or we can check some of the question already on here.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, who's speaking, please?
Yes, it's Roya.
Hi, Roya.
I'm from Iran. I just wanted to thank you, for having, this amazing session. It was very productive and useful. Well, dear, I am, studying, teaching English, in bachelor degree, and this February I'm going to, finish my degree, and and my IELTS score exam is 8.5, but I don't know any Chinese. Okay. And I wanted to, apply for a bachelor degree in business administration or international trade taught in English language. And I also want a CGC scholarship. I contacted Nadia and she told me that I cannot get a CGC scholarship and, apply for an English taught program. So I changed my plan. I want to apply for a language, for a Chinese language program, not bachelor, but, non-degree program for September 2022, and, and also have my CGC scholarship. My plan is that after 1 to 2 semesters and, finishing my course, I want to, apply for a business degree after, finishing my Chinese language program, and also, having my CGC scholarship. I wanted to know that, is it possible?
You mean to get the scholarship before you enroll in a degree program?
Yeah, dear, to have a CGC scholarship, firstly for applying for a language, for a Chinese language program, and after finishing my course, having the same, CGC scholarship for applying for a bachelor, in business degree, programs.
Yeah, so scholarship for CGC scholarship detail, Nadia might be more professional at this. Can we invite Nadia here?
Hi, Roya. So I think there are two notes from your questions. First of all, yes, I mean, these days, Chinese government scholarship is not applicable for English taught bachelor's program anymore. So it's only for the Chinese taught bachelor's program. And also what I understand is that if you're applying for Chinese government scholarships via the Chinese embassies, and if it's for the Chinese taught bachelor's program, in many cases, it also includes a 1 year of Chinese language preparatory course. And then after you finish that 1 year of Chinese language preparatory course, then you can continue and move on and study a bachelor's program. And it's a part of the Chinese government scholarship. So everything is covered. So then the total duration of study would be 5 years. But separately, in terms of the Chinese language scholarships, from what I understand, it's called the Confucius Institute Scholarship. This is the one for Chinese language program. However, it is targeted for students who have Chinese language skills. So it's usually not offered to beginner level. So it's usually offered to students who have at least HSK level 3 certificate. So these students who have with HSK level 3 certificates, they can apply for the Confucius Institute scholarships for the non-degree Chinese language program, and also for the teaching Chinese language program. So teaching Chinese to speakers of other languages. So that's basically the program where you want to be Chinese teachers in the future. So yeah, I hope this information helps.
So if I just understand clearly, I cannot apply for a CGC scholarship for a non-degree Chinese language program, right?
As per my understanding, yes, because it's targeted for students who have HSK 3.
I should apply for a Confucius, scholarship, and have my Chinese, HSK certificate, right?
Yeah, or you can try applying for the CSC scholarships via the Chinese embassy, because the one offered through the Chinese embassy is usually includes 1 year of studying Chinese language, and then if you pass HSK4, then you can study bachelor's program, and everything is covered.
So I have another question. Through which portals I have to connect? I should go to Iranian embassy in Iran and ask them about the scholarship, right?
Yeah, so you can first check the official website of CSC scholarships. I'll type it on the chat. And then for the application submission, it has to be submitted to the Chinese embassy in your home country. So about the specific deadlines, you have to check with the Chinese embassies, because different Chinese embassies around the world, they have different deadlines. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, dear.
You're welcome, Roya.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you, Roya.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you very much. I do have one question. My name mathematics, numerical analysis. I do have about 8 articles. I wanted to pursue my PhD in China. And before applying online, I wanted to contact some potential supervisors. How can I get those potential supervisors?
Like you mean to get in contact with supervisors in which university?
For instance, last month I have written to 5 professors in BIT, but none of them replied to my question. But I do have good GPA. For instance, my GPA is 3.71 out of 4. And I do have also published 8 articles in my field of specialization. And I do have good skills in also in MATLAB.
Yeah, that's impressive. So BIT, the processes for PhD and masters you might be there's some
noise.
Yeah. Nadia, can you help to mute the other?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. So so for the application for PhD and masters, there is a required process for BIT to get the approval of the according supervisors, and that should be after you submit the application in the portal as well as passing the interview. Yeah, so who is asking again? I think everyone is muted. Hi. So I think if you hi, sorry. So you have already reached out to them, right?
And one more thing to add about the PhD supervisor is that students usually are able to check the professor's list on the university website. Sometimes it also includes their contact information, so you can contact them by email. But also to make sure to include your best work on your email, because it's important to introduce yourself well. Also, you can include your CV, you can include your best work, for example, articles, journals, or thesis, anything you've published before, and if you have any research proposal, because it's important for the professors to know your research direction so they know if it's a match or not with their research direction. You can also include your research proposal in the email so that it can help the professors to understand you more. Hope this helps.
Also make sure to check you're chatting with the right professor under your field, because if it's not a match, then they will not take you, and the chance is limited. So we do recommend you to contact them as soon as possible. Yes, I hope this solved your question. Anyone else coming up?
Hi.
Hi,
can you hear me?
Okay. We have multiple students live here. We can do it one by one. Firstly, we can have hi.
Human.
Who is speaking, please?
Yes, this is Human from Iran.
Hi, Human.
Yeah. I'm asking. I want to apply for a PhD program in business management. I want to know, is there any GRA, which is a graduate research assistance program in your country, in any university? Do you know any university offer GRA? Do you know about that? Which means the tuition or application fee is waiver, and they offer some stipend for PhD students. Some university, they do that. Is there any such this program in Chinese university?
For the PhD program, Nadia, do you know the answer? Do you know the detail for this question, please?
I think I'm not sure about GRA, but if you're referring to a postdoctoral position, then there are some universities that offer postdoc position, but then you have to apply to the university directly, because the application process for postdoc students and also for PhD students is going to be different. Everything is totally different, and so you have to apply for the postdoc position directly to the university.
Yeah, the application fee doesn't matter. It just for a GRA means they will offer some stipend every month for
like I mentioned. Not
Yeah,
every university are open for this opportunity. Not
yeah,
all of them
that's
are open for the postdoc position. So you have to check with the university directly because the application process is different for this type of program. So you have
could
to
you
check with
recommend me?
them.
Yeah, could you
The
recommend some university? Because
one
there are
I know, the one
hundreds
I
of
know,
university.
yeah,
Yeah,
the one I know, I think the only
mhm.
one I know that is offering postdoc position is Jiangsu University.
In Jiangsu, okay.
Yeah, so you can check at their university website if they are still offering the postdoc position or not.
Okay, should I search for Jiangsu University? The name of university is
Yeah,
Jiangsu or?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Thank you
type it
very
in
much.
the box.
Okay,
No
all
worries.
right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, anyone
Hi.
else coming up? Hi, hi.
Okay, so
Mhm.
you're speaking to Rathabile in Botswana,
Hi, Hannah.
and I'm currently doing my final year in Chinese studies, right? Due to complete my degree in May, next year, May. And I wanted to apply for my, pursue my master's in China. So my question was, is it possible for me to apply for the Chinese government scholarship and simultaneously apply through China admissions?
For CGC scholarship, usually you should do the application in the March of this year, and the other details, yes, Nadia is more, again, Nadia is more professional at this question. Can you help with, please?
Yeah, so for Chinese government scholarships, you have to apply to Chinese government scholarships official website first. And then after that, you can apply to the university website. Well, we do also have the scholarship consulting service for Chinese government scholarships application, where we can help you with the documents review. We can help you give the timeline, give the documents checklist, give basically everything you need so you can then submit the application for the Chinese government scholarships.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, if you have target universities or some specific details you want to check about, you can also send emails to our address. Okay, anyone else coming up?
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I am Jay. I am
Jay.
from United States.
Hi.
I was just curious, so I'm in between deciding what major I want to do. I really would like to pursue film production in China.
Film production.
But I'm not too sure if that would be very reliable. So my other option is international business. I'm just wanting to see your perspective as someone who studied in China, what you think would be a better option.
Oh, so that's a question for which major is more prosperous in China, or which one is a privilege in China? Could you please be more specific?
Which major is more, profitable, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so different major, the major choice we have is we can give you some universities that is specifically good at this major. For example, for film production, the best university in China is BFA, Beijing Film Academy. And there's also another university called a collaboration university in Zhuhai, is from University in Hong Kong and from Beijing Normal University. So they have also a very good major in news press and the film production. And for business, yes, it's a very popular choice for everyone, both international students and Chinese students. So yes, I feel both of the choices very good and you can try with both. Actually, personally, I am a Chinese student. I just graduated from business major this year. And if you have more questions, feel free to contact us and I can just send you more details with it.
Oh, great. Okay, I also have one more tiny question. So I studied Chinese in my high school.
Oh,
do you
that's
think
cool.
it would help my chance of being seen by a university by any chance?
Usually, if you're applying to a Chinese program, usually they will just require you to have a certificate, like language certificate, HSK. But you can also include this in your personal statement because that's very important to university application as well. And you can also mention your intention and your spirit to study in China. So maybe they will consider it as well. Yes, but we can't really guarantee that.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, we can have another. Hello.
Thank you. I am from Mongolia.
Hi.
And I am currently a senior in Lanzhou University. I am studying majoring in international education of Chinese language, and I want to pursue my master's in international business next year. So I am changing my major, and I wanted to ask how does changing the major affect the application? And I also have a HSK 6, so maybe do some schools provide like basic general knowledge classes for people who are changing majors?
Usually for majors changing, you according to the application stage. Some university might gonna check your transcript to see how does your previous degree connected to the degree you're applying to. So if you don't have any background in like business field, it might affect your application to top universities. For example, for university UNNC, like Nordingham, Ningbo, they have very specific requirements for the applicants to have like their previous academic experience connected to the degree they're applying to. But it's not like a dead end. You can also try with other places, but we do recommend you have a according background in your internship or other stuff at least. Yeah, but as for the course for preparation, usually university don't offer this as long as I haven't heard anything so far because yeah. Does it cover your question?
Interested in universities in Shanghai, like Fudan University and Tongji University, because they are like ranked higher. So
I'm sorry, I can't really hear you clearly. Could you please repeat your question? Hi.
Okay. I was more interested in applying to universities in Shanghai, like Fudan University and Tongji University.
Yeah, so, Shanghai is a great place.
I understand that it's harder to get in top universities without a connection to the major I am applying to.
It definitely affects your success rate, I would say, because the top university have very competitive, like loads of people apply to it and it's really competitive if you want to get accepted. So if you want to boost your chance to get accepted, we do recommend you to get some like internship backgrounds and maybe just your recommendation letter from your like employers currently or something like that to let the university at least know you have the basic ideas of what you are applying for, or at least your intention. So that might help.
Okay, so a work experience. Yeah.
Work experience and also maybe some articles you're working on because you are doing masters, right?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Someone is singing. Is anyone else coming up? I think we can have 3 more speakers before it takes too long for everyone. It's Sunday evening, people should have. Yeah, so anyone else coming up?
Hi, it's Hassan again.
Hi, Hassan. It's okay.
So actually, I just wanted to ask you another question. If I finish like my Chinese language exam, my Chinese language for the whole 2 semesters, can I apply for bachelor before even finishing? Or I have to finish then apply for bachelor's?
You mean your one like non-degree program in China, or like what you are doing right now?
What I'm doing now is I applied for Chinese language from non-degree. I just had I just studied in Sultanate of Oman 1 year in college. I'm finishing on December, so non-degree. So I just was asking, like, can I apply after finishing the Chinese language for bachelor's, or I have to apply before?
I don't see it's affecting each other actually. As long as the starting date and the during date are not clash with each other. For example, you are not having you can't apply to another one if you like the start date of the next degree you're applying to covers that like you're crashing, you know what I mean? But I don't see if the application process affects. And yeah, if you're studying like Chinese language program, are you obtaining like HSK certificate?
If I can do that, I will. Why not?
Oh, I see. Yeah, you can apply ahead of time, and if it requires, you can just provide like a graduating certificate that you like declares you are graduating at a certain time, and it does not affect the start date of your next program. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Thank
no
you.
Worries. No worries. Anyone else coming up?
Yes.
Hi, who's speaking, please?
This is Sam. You can call me Sam. And
Hi,
I would
Sam.
like to pose the question of like, you know, in the university portal, they are not showing the undergraduate, pre-foundation program yet, but your portal shows it. Means like it's the March intake, March is there. But when I went to their university portal, Jiangsu University admissions portal, they don't have it. So are you sure like they have it in the March?
Oh,
Just
so
one question.
you mean the MBBS program open in spring and take
No, this is a foundation program.
Oh, foundation program.
Pre-university program, yeah.
Pre-university program. Yes, it is open. There is a spring intake from this year. It's like a new program they're opening. So maybe they haven't updated it yet. We do have the connection with Jiangsu University teachers. So maybe after this session, you can email us to check so we can help you to check out with the teacher about what's going on with it. Is that okay?
All right. I mean, if you have it, then you must know what whether it exists. Okay. So my second question is a little bit confusing. It's about transcripts and certificates. Transcripts and certificates. So you see, I never studied in school, so I just gave my exams in a private way. So like I'm right now I'm just applying for a pre-university program.
Program.
Yeah, so actually how I finished my O-levels was like in 2013. I gave 4 exams and I got a certificate. I have no transcripts for that year. because I didn't apply. I mean, like contact them for the transcript. So I had to give another 2 because it's the standard to give 6 exams. So I gave just this year I gave another 2. But this year I received the transcript, but not the certificate yet. So you see, did you understand my question?
Yeah. So you haven't received an official transcript of your academic performance yet, right?
Exactly. So will this impact my application?
If it's possible, if you can provide this like other certificate that you are gonna obtain an official one, like soon or before the deadline, I think it's okay. Sometimes we do meet students with that kind of situation as well. Like for example, they are graduating, but they cannot get a graduation certificate. So they can ask the agencies or like the universities to provide this like the certificate that they are gonna get the certificate in some time. So the university will know that you will provide this document instead of like don't have it.
But at the moment, I just gave what I have. So I did finish O levels, as you can understand. So I just gave my previous certificate and a new transcript. So I think I'm okay, right?
Which university are you applying to, may I ask?
Jiangsu University.
Oh, Jiangsu University. This is actually like depends on the teacher's choice. You can email us after the session about your application ID and your like details. We can help you to check with the teacher if that is okay, because sometimes the requirements is different, depends on the teachers and universities.
Okay, I shall do that. And high school, when there's, do you know the requirements for pre-universities? Do they require? Of course, they require at least high school, right? So does this mean like O levels, or does it mean like A levels?
For O levels, Nadia, do you know more about O levels requirements, please?
I think even if you don't take A levels, but you finish high school up to grade 12, and you can get the high school diploma, then you can still apply for the pre-university program.
Sorry, I didn't catch it.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so even if you don't take A levels, but you finish your high school until grade 12, right, until the final year, and then you manage to get the high school diploma from the school, then you can use it to apply for the pre-university program.
You're saying grade 12, but O levels is grade 10. You need to study 10
so
years
I mean,
for that.
in some countries, even if they follow the IGCSE educational system, right? But it's not mandatory to take A levels in the end. They can just take, let's say, school examination or anything like that to finish high school. So yeah, if that's the case, right, even if you don't take A levels, but you finish high school until grade 12, and you can get the high school diploma, then you can use that for the application. However, if the university requires you to take A levels, so you can graduate from senior high school to get the diploma, right, then you have to take A levels. Because you need the high school, the thing is you need the high school diploma to apply for the pre-university program at Jiangsu University, because that's their minimum requirement. But there are a couple of other universities that can accept students who have O levels, or at least if you pass grade 11, then you can apply for their foundation program. For example, at BFSU, Beijing Foreign Studies University, or at South China University of Technology, you can do it this way. So even if you don't pass grade 12, but you pass grade 11, then you can apply for the foundation program and then continue your studies on the foundation level.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, Nadia. That's very helpful information share. Okay, we can have one last student asking questions, please? Is anyone coming
Hello.
up?
Hello.
Hi. Who's speaking, please?
I'm Anthony from Uganda, and I would like to ask Nadia was talking about that if you want to apply, for example, a CGC scholarship for a bachelor's program, for example, let's say I'm applying for mechanical engineering, but if you don't know Chinese, then that you have to first learn Chinese, first get the Chinese program, then after learning a Chinese program, then you can continue. So I would like to ask if you, for example, you apply for a scholarship for a Chinese program and then you given, and after being given it and then you study it, and then after studying it, you finish it. But after finishing it, can you continue with the same scholarship or it just ends there?
Hi. Hi, Anthony. So is it about the Chinese government scholarships, right?
Yes.
Like the one that I shared before, you studied a year of Chinese language and then continue for the bachelor's. Is this what you're referring to?
Yes.
Yeah, so if this is it, then it is all covered by the Chinese government scholarships, because it is a part of the Chinese government scholarships. So they are giving a year of language preparatory course, and then you can continue for the bachelor's program after that. But this is the one where you should be applying for the Chinese government scholarship through the Chinese embassy, and only for the bachelor's program. They are having it in this arrangement.
Oh, so it means that if you want to apply for a bachelor's program, you have to reach at the embassy.
That's right. If it's for CSC and bachelor's program, the only way is to apply via the embassy.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Anthony. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of our session this time. If you have more questions regarding to other process, there's the new feature on our website. You can ask questions according to separate programs or separate universities. There's going to be a column. If you write down below the detail of the program, you can write your question and we will reply it in 1 or 2 days. Or you can just simply write to our emails, etc. So yeah, thank you for joining us today. We hope you have a great weekend and your application process going on fine. Yes. If okay, you hi, yeah, thanks. Okay, so that's gonna be the
thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.